Hey, and welcome to my music room. I thought I'd do a quick video on my vlogging setup, just in case there was anyone who watches my channel who would like to get into vlogging themselves. And really, setting up your helmet is kind of the first aspect in getting set up to do that. So I thought now might be a good time, since I've had an unfortunate mishap that led to a change of lids, for me to make a video in that vein for anyone who might be interested. So previously I had the Shoei helmet, which you might be familiar with, the black, white and grey one, which I had for a long time. And I had a custom 3D printed chin mount that was fastened to the helmet via 3M adhesive, and that was really good and served me for a while until the helmet was crushed by my bike falling on it. And I would recommend those to anyone. The 3M adhesive is so incredibly strong that it just felt like there was never any chance whatsoever of that ever falling off. That'll be with that helmet until it's crushed, I would say, in landfill. The new helmet I got, however, the Next X-WED3, I think it's called, which is more of an adventure type helmet. It actually came from the factory with, well, let's be honest, a stack of accessories, but one of the ones that appealed to me the most was that it had a factory accessory that's a GoPro mount. It actually comes with three. It's got one that goes here, one that goes up here, and one that attaches to the side somewhere. I haven't really worked that out. But the one that interests me is the point of view one from the rider, which is the one I prefer to use the most. So the first part of, I should say too, the Shoei one, that was an aftermarket one. So I was also always a little bit unsure as to how it affected the safety certification of that helmet and whether or not I might get pulled up for that at some stage. With the Next helmets, they are safety tested with all the different accessories that they come with. So the certification that they get includes having the accessories fitted, which I doubt having the mount is going to change things too much, and I doubt that the current measures for safety include having such accessories like this, but it does give me a little bit of peace of mind knowing that it comes from the factory like this. I haven't modified the helmet in any way. Okay, so the first part of the motovlogging setup is to get a microphone so you can hear the commentary into the liner. And what I did was buy a little gaming mic. It's on a little flexible stem, and I tucked that into the cheek pad here, and it's probably only about this long. And you can see the 3.5mm stereo tip that I can just fold away if need be, that just pokes out the liner. Now, I tend to find that because it's inside the foam, I can't feel it in there. It's not noticeable at all. And the foam of the liner actually acts as a bit of a windbreak, a bit of a buff. So that's fantastic because you can still hear me talk quite clearly in the helmet, even though the pressure from the cheek pads can make articulating quite difficult sometimes. But it has the two benefits of blocking out some of the erroneous noise that you'll get, and also cushioning the so you don't feel the microphone itself digging into your jaw. Then the next part of our little setup is motovlogging camera. So in this case, all my POV shots are from this GoPro Hero 10, the bane of my existence. I hate this camera with a passion. It works about 70% of the time, and it's always been that way. It never The only time it's 100% reliable is when I'm taking it back to JB Hi-Fi and trying to demonstrate the issues with it. So I've just sort of stuck with it and learned to reshoot things and work around it. And when I lose footage, try not to get too upset about it. I've got 2 batteries for it. I never store the batteries inside the GoPro because it will drain them down. Who knows why? So I've got 2, and they generally last me a whole day of turning it off and on and vlogging and gathering B-roll and that sort of thing. So 2 batteries is a must. And when they get down to about 30%, they can be pretty unreliable. So you can only really use them until about the first 70% of the battery, and then often once it gets to 30%, it'll turn itself off. So yep, chuck that in. Now, if you're going to vlog with one of the GoPros, you'll need the Media Mod accessory, and the GoPro, you take off the normal battery door and you slide it on like this and shut this door, and then on the back of the Media Mod you've got 3 little outputs. The first one, I believe, I've never used, is a HDMI, so you can plug it straight into a TV and show your footage. The second is a USB-C, which you can use to charge it. And I've even occasionally, when I've become frustrated with the batteries, is you can take the battery out altogether and you can power it with like a battery bank, and just shove that down your jacket and have a lead running up, maybe, you know, through your collar and into this. I prefer not to do that, but sometimes when you need to vlog, you need to vlog. And the last one, which is probably the important one, if I open that, is a 3.5mm stereo socket. So that's where our microphone's got to go. So the next step in this process is to fold down our little tabs, and we'll mount this one onto the chin mount. Won't do it up 100% yet. So now we've got our microphone in this cheek pad coming out here, and we've got our connector there. So what I've got is this tiny small little cable. On one end I've got a right angled 3.5mm stereo male, and on this end the female connector. So the female connector goes onto this one here, and then we pop this around into the back of the GoPro, into the Media Mod, like that. Then we can tighten this up. And you can see there we've got a nice tidy little setup. Now I find the angle that you've got to have the camera differs for every single helmet. So with the Shoei, I had to have the GoPro pushed back as far against the chin bar as I possibly could to get the angle that I wanted. And with this one, I found it about maybe half a centimetre to a centimetre off. It gives the perfect perspective of the handlebars, the screen, and the rider's view of what I'm looking at down the road, and the size of the road, just to get that aspect of moving along. So yeah, that's basically, in a nutshell, that's my motovlogging setup. I also use the 360 cam, which is what you're watching now, which I'm using to record this. And if you would like me to give you a video on the little tricks of the trade about how I sync the two up, I'm more than happy to do that. I'm happy to show you my editing process. I use a program called Adobe Premiere Pro, which is expensive, but it's very easy to use once you get the hang of it. For a musician like me, it reminds me a lot of digital audio workstations that I'm used to. The annoying thing is, like, the DAW of choice that I use is Logic, which I paid for once and then I owned. But unfortunately, with Adobe Premiere Pro, I think it cost me about $25 to $30 a month just to have that. So it's quite expensive, and it's add up over the last few years. But if you want me to make a video on that, I'm more than happy to, because I really enjoy making these videos, and if I'm paying for this stuff, I might as well use it. Anyway, enjoy. If this starts you vlogging, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll go and watch your videos, because I would love to see your experiences. So thanks very much. Take care.